Everyone is requested to kindly rise. The Honorable Finance Minister is amidst us. I request all the dignitaries to take their seats on the dais.
अर्थशास्त्र के जनक एडम स्मिथ ने कभी कहा था कि किसी भी समाज को निम्नतम बर्बरता से समृद्धि की ओर ले जाने के लिए मात्र 3 चीजें आवश्यक हैं: शांति, न्यायप्रिय प्रशासन और एक सरल कर प्रणाली। और कोई भी चीज जरूरी नहीं, बाकी सभी चीजें प्राकृतिक क्रम से ही घटित होती हैं। नमस्कार, 166वें आयकर दिवस के आज के इस अवसर पर मैं सागर श्रीवास्तव और मेरी सहयोगी शत्रुपा मिश्रा, हमारे अति विशिष्ट अतिथिगण एवं यहाँ देश के कोने कोने से आए अतिथियों का अपने हृदय के अंतःकरण से स्वागत एवं अभिनंदन करते हैं। पिछले अनेक दशकों से आयकर विभाग एक अर्थ से समर्थ भारत के अनुसरण में प्रतिबद्ध रहा है। आज का यह आयकर दिवस, जिसे हम एक उत्सव के रूप में मनाते हैं, हमारे विभाग के राष्ट्र निर्माण, आर्थिक एवं सामाजिक विकास, समानता एवं समावेशी विकास के प्रति दृढ़ संकल्प का प्रतिबिंब है। पर इससे कहीं ज्यादा आज का यह दिवस हमारे करदाताओं को समर्पित है, जो सही मायने में, जिसे अमेरिकी अर्थशास्त्री रिचर्ड मस्क्रेव ने द फिस्कल सिटीजन कहा है, उसकी अवधारणा को व्यक्त करते हैं कि वह इस देश के सच्चे नागरिक तभी कहला पाएंगे जब वह आयकर के प्रति अपने दायित्वों का सच्चे मन से निर्वहन करेंगे। उनकी इसी संवेदनशीलता के कारण ही एक लोक कल्याणकारी राज्य का निर्माण और सपना साकार हो पा रहा है। आयकर दाता देश विधाता, आयकर दाता राष्ट्र निर्माता।
Namaskar. On behalf of the Central Board of Direct Taxes, I, Shatarupa Mishra, take this golden opportunity to welcome Honorable Union Minister of Finance and Corporate Affairs, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman Ma'am, Honorable Minister of State for Finance, Shri Pankaj Chaudhary Ji, Revenue Secretary Shri Arvind Srivastava Ji, Chairman CBDT Shri Ravi Agarwal Ji, Member Taxpayer Services and Revenue Shri Pankaj Mishra Ji, members of CBDT and CBIC, esteemed dignitaries and officers from other ministries and departments, delegates from the media and the entire Aikar Parivar, ladies and gentlemen. It is a moment of great pride and pleasure to welcome you all to the celebration of the 166th Income Tax Day. The year has been a transformational year for the department, a year in which we made the Income Tax Act more accessible, and a year during which the department remained committed to its pursuit of delivering the best in taxpayer services and building a culture of voluntary compliance.
दीप हमारी सभ्यता और संस्कृति की अलौकिकता का प्रतीक है। भारतीय धर्म दर्शन में दीप प्रज्वलन की अनूठी परंपरा आदिकाल से चली आ रही है। इस मौलिक परंपरा के निर्वहन हेतु अब मैं मंच पर आसीन हमारे विशिष्ट अतिथियों को दीप प्रज्वलन के लिए सादर आमंत्रित करता हूं।
सफल भक्ति कर्म ज्ञान सकल हुए योग ध्यान सफल भक्ति कर्म ज्ञान खिले मनस कमल ज्ञान खिले मनस कमल ज्ञान जन दुख शमने जयति जयति मां सरस्वती जयति वीणा वादिनी जयति जयति मां सरस्वती जयति वीणा वादिनी जयति जयति मां सरस्वती।
धन्यवाद। मैं आप सबको बताना चाहूँगा कि ये मधुर सरस्वती वंदना प्रस्तुत करने वाले सभी गायक हमारे आयकर परिवार के सदस्य हैं।
I now request Chairman, Central Board of Direct Taxes, Shri Ravi Agarwal ji, to welcome our Chief Guest, Honorable Union Minister of Finance and Corporate Affairs, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman Madam, with a sapling shawl and a memento as an expression of our respect to her.
अब मैं अध्यक्ष महोदय से निवेदन करूंगा कि वो आज के कार्यक्रम के विशिष्ट अतिथि माननीय वित्त राज्य मंत्री श्री पंकज चौधरी जी को पौधा, शॉल और स्मृति चिन्ह भेंट कर उनका स्वागत करें।
Thank you, sir. I now request Member, Taxpayer Services and Revenue, Shri Pankaj Kumar Mishra, to present a sapling shawl and memento to the Revenue Secretary, Shri Arvind Srivastav ji, as a mark of our affection.
थैंक यू सर। अब मैं हमारे आयकर परिवार के मुखिया चेयरमैन सीबीडीटी श्री रवि अग्रवाल से निवेदन करूंगा कि वह अपने उद्बोधन के माध्यम से सभी अतिथियों का स्वागत करें। सर प्लीज।
Honorable Union Finance Minister, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji, Honorable Minister of State for Finance, Shri Pankaj Chaudhary ji, dear Revenue Secretary Shri Arvind Srivastav ji, esteemed dignitaries, distinguished guests, and dear colleagues. On behalf of the Central Board of Direct Taxes, it is my honor and privilege to welcome you all on this occasion of the Income Tax Day 2025. This day holds deep institutional meaning. It was on July 24th, 1860, that the income tax was first introduced in India by Sir James Wilson, laying the foundation for what would become a central pillar of a country's economic governance. Since then, this department has grown in scale, complexity, and responsibility. But what has endured is the sense of duty and spirit of public service that defines our work. Over the years, from this platform, we have spoken about policy initiatives and reforms, digitization, and how the department has leveraged technology to become more efficient, transparent, and citizen-centric. From manual files to AI-driven insights, from physical scrutiny to faceless assessments, from basic enforcement to a system that places trust. The tax administration has just not responded to change, we have driven it. A key part of this shift is a use of data analytics for voluntary compliance. Our nudge campaign, which is a short form for non-intrusive usage of data to guide and enable taxpayers, today uses behavioral insights and transactional level data to detect discrepancies, be it undisclosed income, incorrect deductions, or high-risk claims. Rather than launching compliance measures at once, we are now enabling taxpayers to review and voluntarily update their filings. This is enforcement with empathy, and it reflects department's evolving mindset to trust first. And indeed, these reforms matter. They have improved service delivery, enhanced compliance, and brought greater dignity to the taxpayer experience. But today, I would like to shift the spotlight, not to the systems that we have built, but to the people who have built them. Because behind every digital milestone, behind every record in tax collections, behind every reform that improved compliance or outreach, there is a human story. A story of commitment, of resilience, of teams that worked quietly, often under testing conditions, and sometimes without the recognition that they deserved. Madam Finance Minister, in a department that spans the entire country across 583 stations, from small districts to our busiest metros, our officers and staff have delivered consistently. Many serve in areas where infrastructure is stretched, housing incomplete, and resources limited. Yet, they rise to the occasion time and again. Deadlines are met, grievances are addressed with urgency and care, policies implemented, and the wheels of this vast and complex system keep turning. Our systems today are increasingly driven by data, but it is human insight and effort that give those numbers meaning. And while our revenue figures grow, they reflect the tireless effort and quiet resolve of our teams across the country. Today, as I speak of department's achievements, I do so on the strength of my people. It is because of them that we could implement landmark changes like dynamic jurisdiction with faceless assessments, pre-filled returns, and new compliance architecture. It is because of them that we could conceptualize, draft, and refine our new Income Tax Bill 2025, an entirely in-house effort without consultations consultants, or external support. And as we speak today, work is already underway to give shape to its rules, forms, and procedures, a critical next step. These will define how the law functions in practice. And I am confident that just like the bill, these too would reflect our shared commitment to clarity, simplicity, and taxpayer convenience. As we look ahead to Viksit Bharat 2047, the Income Tax Department will continue to play a vital role by collecting fair taxes, fostering voluntary compliance, and ensuring that our systems are worthy of trust citizens that put in place. So on this day, I would like to say to every officer, every inspector, every tax assistant, every administrative team member, thank you. This day is yours. Our collective progress belongs to you. Yes, there's more to be done, more ground to cover, more systems to build. But with your continued dedication, I have no doubt that we will meet every challenge and continue to serve the nation with pride. Let us move forward, digitally empowered, but human-driven, embracing the prudent approach, that is, to be professional, responsive, upgrading in knowledge and skills, diligent, enforcement with empathy, non-intrusive, and technology-driven in all that we do. To our respected ministers, to the Honorable Finance Minister, to the Honorable Minister of State, to the Revenue Secretary, to all the dignitaries present today, thank you so much for your guidance and encouragement. It's your support that enables us to keep moving forward with confidence and clarity. With these words, I once again extend a very, very warm welcome to everyone present. We look forward to the reflections and insights that follow. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words. Ladies and gentlemen, as India moves towards a Viksit Bharat driven by its taxpayers, the Income Tax Department has been a force for transformation. This is now more than a film. It is a tribute to every silent contributor to the nation's development, a journey through milestones in financial year 24-25, when trust meets technology, vision meets vigilance, and policy meets participation. As we look back on the year gone by, we share a story with you still in motion, presenting a picture in progress, the story of India's transformation through the eyes of its taxpayers.
अभी जो आपने देखा वो भारत की प्रगतिशील तस्वीर की एक झलक है। अब मिलते हैं उनसे जिन्होंने देश के इस गौरवपूर्ण स्वरूप को आकार दिया। प्रगति की इस तस्वीर में रंग भर रहे हैं भारत के करोड़ों करदाता जो राष्ट्र निर्माण में निरंतर अपना योगदान बढ़ा रहे हैं, और उनके पीछे है एक मजबूत और दूरदर्शी नेतृत्व और आयकर विभाग जो उनके साथ कदम से कदम मिला रहा है।
अब भारत रुकने वाला नहीं है, अब भारत चल पड़ा है। अब लक्ष्य को पार करके ही आगे बढ़ने वाला है। भारत न अब रुकने वाला है और न ही भारत कभी थकने वाला है। अब तो विकसित भारत बनाना 140 करोड़ देशवासियों ने ठान लिया है, और जब देशवासियों ने संकल्प कर लिया है तो फिर ये देश विकसित होकर रहने ही वाला है।
इस 166वें आयकर दिवस पर भारत विश्व की चौथी सबसे बड़ी अर्थव्यवस्था के पायदान पर खड़ा है। विकसित भारत के संकल्प को साकार करने के इस सफर में आयकर विभाग ने माननीय प्रधानमंत्री और वित्त मंत्री के विजन के साथ कदम से कदम मिलाया है, देश के विकास में अपना योगदान बढ़ाया है और टैक्स व्यवस्था को और अधिक सरल और सुगम बनाया है। बीते एक दशक में टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ बढ़ा भरोसा और भरोसे के साथ बढ़ा टैक्स का दायरा। पिछले 11 सालों में टैक्स कलेक्शन में 3 गुना वृद्धि हुई। आज सरकार की कुल आमदनी में 39% योगदान के साथ आयकर की एक अहम भूमिका है, जो करदाताओं की भागीदारी और सरकार के संकल्प का प्रमाण है। इस भागीदारी और संकल्प में एक अटूट कड़ी जोड़ते हुए माननीय वित्त मंत्री ने गत वर्ष कई महत्वपूर्ण घोषणाएं की।
This budget 24-25 and made very clear statements that there shall be 4 major objectives that we'd like to reach. Simplify taxes, improve taxpayer services, provide tax certainty and reduce litigation.
माननीय वित्त मंत्री का विजन स्पष्ट था, पर 60 साल पुराने इस आयकर कानून का केवल 6 महीनों में सरलीकरण एक बड़ी चुनौती थी। लेकिन माननीय वित्त मंत्री के नेतृत्व और मार्गदर्शन में आयकर विभाग ने इस लक्ष्य को पूरी लगन और कुशलता से स्वीकारा। देश के हर क्षेत्र से विभाग के वरिष्ठ अधिकारियों से लेकर नवीनतम अधिकारियों को चुना गया, जिनकी दिन रात की कड़ी मेहनत से इस लक्ष्य को 6 महीने के रिकॉर्ड समय में हासिल किया गया। न्यू इनकम टैक्स बिल में अनावश्यक प्रावधानों को हटाया और भाषा को ज्यादा स्पष्ट बनाया गया है। मूल नीति में बदलाव किए बिना इनकम टैक्स बिल 2025 संसद में पेश किया गया, जिसकी भाषा आसान और प्रावधान सरल है। इस उपलब्धि को रिकॉर्ड समय में हासिल करने के लिए माननीय वित्त मंत्री ने विभाग की सराहना की।
The CBDT and all its officers have done in getting this act after these many number of years. To have to work since after the July budget saying we will simplify the Income Tax Act and come within 6 months with a new one has involved every officer in the CBDT to work night and day, and that is the product which has now gone to the select committee.
जहां पहले इस एक्ट में 5,12,000 शब्दों के साथ 47 चैप्टर थे, वहीं अब प्रस्तावित नए बिल में ये 2,60,000 शब्दों के साथ सिर्फ 23 चैप्टर हैं। साथ ही प्रावधानों को अब टेबल्स और आसान फॉर्मेट में लिखा गया है, जिससे अब इनकम टैक्स कानून को पढ़ना, समझना और रिफर करना कहीं ज्यादा आसान होगा। सरलीकरण सिर्फ बिल तक सीमित नहीं रहा। आयकर विभाग ने कई पारंपरिक और डिजिटल माध्यमों से करदाताओं को शिक्षित किया, जिसमें से एक पहल YouTube सीरीज संवाद की रही, जिसमें नए बिल से जुड़े कई सवालों को एक्सपर्ट्स की मदद से सरल शब्दों में समझाया गया, क्योंकि ज्ञान से जागरूकता है और जागरूकता से भागीदारी बढ़ती है। बेहतर करदाता सेवा की ओर कदम बढ़ाते हुए आयकर विभाग ने एक देश, एक पोर्टल और अनेक समाधान का तोहफा भी करदाताओं को दिया। आज हर फॉर्म, हर प्रमाण पत्र पूरी तरह डिजिटल है। न कतार, न कागज, सिर्फ एक लॉगिन और 182 से ज्यादा फॉर्म तक सीधी पहुंच। अब ई पैन हो या टैन रजिस्ट्रेशन, डिजिटल सिग्नेचर सर्टिफिकेट या लीगल एयर रजिस्ट्रेशन, किसी भी सेवा के लिए अलग अलग सिस्टम की जरूरत नहीं, बल्कि एक ही पोर्टल पर सब संभव है। आयकर विभाग की सक्षम प्रणाली ने करदाताओं को और सशक्त बनाया है। आयकर विभाग ने तकनीक और नवाचार को निरंतर अपनाया है, जिसके परिणाम स्वरूप आज प्रोसेसिंग टाइम घटा है और रिफंड जारी होने की प्रक्रिया कई गुना तेज हुई है। करदाता सेवाओं को और मजबूत करने की दिशा में एक नई सोच, एक नया दृष्टिकोण के साथ आयकर विभाग ने नज पहल की शुरुआत की। एक ऐसा कदम जहां दबाव नहीं बल्कि डेटा आधारित संवाद से करदाताओं को सही दिशा दी जा रही है। विदेशी आय, संपत्ति और गलत छूट जैसे संवेदनशील विषयों पर करदाताओं को सूचित किया गया और उन्हें स्वैच्छिक सुधार का अवसर दिया गया। ट्रस्ट फर्स्ट, स्क्रूटिनाइज लेटर की नीति पर आधारित ये पहल पारदर्शिता, सहभागिता और ईमानदारी को आगे बढ़ाती है। आज भारत की टैक्स नीति को वैश्विक मंचों पर लगातार मान्यता मिल रही है। नीतिगत स्थिरता और दूरदर्शिता के कारण आज भारत सिर्फ एक सहभागी नहीं बल्कि वैश्विक टैक्स नीति के निर्माण में एक भरोसेमंद नेतृत्व बन चुका है। इसी भरोसे की झलक 2024-25 में रिकॉर्ड संख्या में हुए एडवांस प्राइसिंग एग्रीमेंट और अंतरराष्ट्रीय कर संधियों में दिखाई देती है। लिटिगेशन को कम करने के लिए आयकर विभाग ने बीते वर्ष कई महत्वपूर्ण कदम उठाए, जिसमें से उल्लेखनीय था विवाद से विश्वास योजना 2.0 का लागू होना, जिसके अंतर्गत करदाताओं को लिटिगेशन कम करने का एक मौका और दिया गया। साथ ही बजट 2025 में करदाताओं के द्वारा अपडेटेड रिटर्न दाखिल करने की समय सीमा को 2 साल से बढ़ाकर 4 साल कर दिया गया। विभाग के कर्मठ और समर्पित अधिकारियों के निरंतर प्रयासों से लिटिगेशन कम करने के लक्ष्य में उल्लेखनीय प्रगति हुई। वित्तीय वर्ष 2024-25 में जितनी नई अपीलें दाखिल हुई, उससे ज्यादा मामलों का निपटारा किया गया, जो वित्तीय वर्ष 2023-24 के मुकाबले 55.18% ज्यादा है। गत वर्ष आयकर विभाग ने अपने अधिकारी एवं कर्मचारी गण के हुनर और कौशल को बढ़ाने के लिए भी कई महत्वपूर्ण कदम उठाए। उनके परिणाम स्वरूप आयकर विभाग को आई गॉट कर्मयोगी प्लेटफॉर्म पर सर्वश्रेष्ठ प्रदर्शन करने वाले विभागों में शामिल किया गया। इसके अतिरिक्त अपने अधिकारियों की क्षमताओं को और मजबूत करने के लिए विभाग ने सेंटर फॉर टैक्सेशन एवं फाइनेंस की भी स्थापना की है। ये दर्शाता है कि विभाग आंतरिक विकास पर भी उतना ही ध्यान देता है जितना बाहरी सफलता पर। ये विभाग के लिए बहुत गर्व की बात है कि उसके सदस्यों ने गत वर्ष खेलों में अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर सर्वोच्च प्रदर्शन किया और अपनी कड़ी मेहनत और कर्मठता से भारत का नाम सुनहरे अक्षरों में दर्ज किया। बीते 1 साल में देश की अर्थव्यवस्था और आयकर विभाग दोनों ने मिलकर नई ऊंचाइयों को छुआ है। देश की अर्थव्यवस्था को और बुलंदियों तक पहुंचाने के लिए और विकसित भारत के सपने को साकार करने के लिए माननीय वित्त मंत्री ने बजट 2025 में मध्यम वर्ग के लोगों के लिए ऐतिहासिक घोषणा की और टैक्स छूट को 7 लाख तक की आय से बढ़ाकर 12 लाख तक की कर दी। ये घोषणा एक ऐसी पहल है जो अधिक बचत को बढ़ावा देती है, अधिक निवेश को प्रेरित करती है और अंततः अधिक विकास को सुनिश्चित करती है। आयकर विभाग गर्व से भारत की इस प्रगति का अभिन्न हिस्सा है। प्रगति की ये पिक्चर अभी जारी है, जहां हर दिन एक बेहतरीन दृश्य जुड़ रहा है और इस दृश्य में रंग भर रहे हैं हमारे करदाता और आयकर विभाग।
थैंक यू। मुख्तसर सी जिंदगी के अजीब से अफसाने हैं, मुख्तसर सी जिंदगी के अजीब से अफसाने हैं, यहाँ तीर भी चलाने हैं और परिंदे भी बचाने हैं। देवी और सज्जनों, आयकर विभाग को यह बताते हुए अत्यंत हर्ष हो रहा है कि हमने विश्लेषण पोर्टल विकसित किया है, एक अत्याधुनिक डिजिटल डैशबोर्ड जो वरिष्ठ अधिकारियों के विभिन्न कार्य क्षेत्रों जैसे मूल्यांकन, अपील, टीडीएस, अंतर्राष्ट्रीय कराधान में उनके प्रदर्शन की निगरानी एवं मूल्यांकन हेतु बनाया गया है। यह पोर्टल पारदर्शिता को प्रोत्साहित करते हुए सहकर्मी तुलना के माध्यम से श्रेष्ठ प्रथाओं को अपनाते हुए साक्ष्य आधारित निर्णय लेने में सहायक सिद्ध होगा। इस दूरदर्शी पहल द्वारा उपलब्धियों, लंबित मामलों तथा निपटान दरों का प्रभावशाली दृश्यांकन प्रदान किया जाता है। अब मैं माननीय वित्त मंत्री श्रीमती निर्मला सीतारमन मैडम से हार्दिक अनुरोध करता हूं कि बटन दबाकर वे कृपया इस विश्लेषण पोर्टल का शुभारंभ करें। धन्यवाद मैडम। अब हम एक छोटे से वीडियो के माध्यम से इस पोर्टल की एक झलक दिखाना चाहेंगे।
Inspired by the Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji's vision of transformative governance, the Income Tax Department is committed to delivering citizen-centric tax services driven by operational excellence and a customer-first approach. Towards this objective, the department is proud to launch the Felicitation portal and above. The portal is designed to capture key performance indicators across various verticals, including jurisdictional assessing officers, appeals, faceless assessment, TDS, international taxation, and exemptions. A set of parameters has been identified for each vertical, with a total of 47 parameters across all areas. The portal provides scores for each parameter based on target achievement, disposal rates, and age-wise pendency. The portal enables comparative performance analysis at various levels, including Commissioner or Principal Commissioner, Chief Commissioner, and Principal Chief Commissioner. The data is vetted at the Principal Chief Commissioner level to ensure accuracy. The portal's graphical representation allows for easy identification of areas that require intervention or improvement. It also provides a cumulative assessment of performance across all parameters or specific parameters. The portal's features include peer review, where officers can view each other's performance, encouraging best practices and improvement. The initial launch phase will focus on jurisdictional assessing officers related work and performance of Commissioner Income Tax appeal units. The graphical representation of performance has been captured for financial year 2024 to 2025 and the first quarter of financial year 2025 to 2026. The portal facilitates a holistic performance evaluation, fostering a culture of excellence among tax officials. By promoting a collaborative and data-driven approach to tax administration, this platform aims to enhance the overall efficiency and effectiveness of tax services, ultimately elevating the taxpayer experience. Ensuring a more efficient tax administration, powered by the Felicitation portal, the Income Tax Department.
Thank you all. Now, I would like to request Honorable Finance Minister Madam and our dignitaries to kindly come forward for a very special moment. I now call upon the dais Shri Satyik Prakash Mishra, IRS officer and an avid painter who has come all the way from Odisha to present a portrait of Honorable Finance Minister Madam, hand-painted by him as a mark of our gratitude to Honorable Ma'am for her inspirational leadership. Mr. Mishra is a young officer of the 2023 batch from Odisha who is a passionate painter and works across all mediums. His artworks adorn the prestigious institutions all over India. Now, coming to the award segment, on this 166th Income Tax Day, we recognize the outstanding achievements and valuable contributions of the members of our Income Tax Department. This year, we have a very special category of awards, the CBDT Award for Exceptional Service being given to the teams who worked on the income tax bill and undertook the formidable task of simplifying one of India's most comprehensive and extensive laws, the Income Tax Act 1961. These awards are being awarded in 3 subcategories: Starting with the first subcategory, members of the drafting committee, I would now like to call upon the stage members of the drafting committee, a team which worked round the clock with unmatched dedication and expertise, contributing over 60,000 man-hours to transform the Income Tax Act 1961 into a modern, clear, and citizen-friendly legislation in a record time of 6 months. Starting with the chairman of the drafting committee, retired Principal Chief Commissioner of Income Tax, Shri Vijay Kumar Gupta. Shri Ashok Kumar Jha, Chief Commissioner of Income Tax, Mumbai. Retired Chief Commissioner of Income Tax, Shri G.M. Dosh. Chief Commissioner of Income Tax, Delhi, Shri Anand Kedia. Shri Sahir Sanjay Kumar, Principal Commissioner of Income Tax, Delhi. Shri Rajesh Kumar Kedia, Principal Director of Income Tax, Delhi. Shri Vikpul Agarwal, Commissioner of Income Tax, Delhi. Shri Ashwin S., Additional Director of Income Tax, Delhi. Miss Neha Sahai, Joint Commissioner of Income Tax, Bengaluru. Shri Regu M., Joint Commissioner of Income Tax, Kochi. Shri Mohit Garg, Deputy Commissioner of Income Tax, Delhi.
अब बारी है टैक्स पॉलिसी एंड लेजिस्लेटिव डिवीजन टीम की, जिन्होंने नए आयकर विधेयक 2025 पर काम किया है। सरलीकरण की दिशा और सीमाओं को तय करने से लेकर ड्राफ्टिंग कमेटी के साथ समन्वय, प्रावधानों का पुनः मूल्यांकन, पुनः संरचना और अनुमोदन तक टीपीएल टीम ने हर चरण में महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाई है। वित्त विधेयक के साथ साथ इस व्यापक सुधार को संभालते हुए समय की तीव्र सीमाओं के बीच उन्होंने अद्भुत दक्षता और समर्पण दिखाया। अब मैं टीपीएल टीम के सदस्यों को बारी बारी से आमंत्रित करूंगा। सबसे पहले जॉइंट सेक्रेटरी श्री रमन चोपड़ा, जॉइंट सेक्रेटरी श्री पंकज जिंदल, डायरेक्टर श्री ठाकुर सिंह मपवाल, डेप्यूटी सेक्रेटरी श्री सैमुअल पिट्टा, डेप्यूटी सेक्रेटरी श्री प्रदीप शर्मा, डेप्यूटी सेक्रेटरी श्री आशीष कुमार अग्रवाल, the then Under Secretary Amrit Preetam Chetia, Under Secretary Shri Surbindu Thakur, Under Secretary Shri Saurabh Jain, DCIT Ms. Sangh Priya Singh, Under Secretary Ms. Divya Rawat, and last but not the least, Under Secretary Ms. Khushbu Lathar.
We now acknowledge the vital role of the Department of Legislative Affairs, Ministry of Law and Justice, which worked diligently to vet and refine the draft with remarkable precision. Their dedication played a key role in transforming the bill into a robust and legally sound legislation. Starting with Additional Secretary, Legislative Department, Shri Uday Kumar. Joint Secretary and Legislative Council Shri R.K. Patnaik, Ms. Akali V. Konge, Joint Secretary and Legislative Council, and Additional Legislative Council Shri T.S. Muralidharan.
अब बारी है हमारे सेकंड कैटेगरी ऑफ अवार्ड्स की, द सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ मेरिटोरियस सर्विस। शीशे तराशने का हुनर सब देखते हैं, पर हाथों में लहू कितना है ये कोई नहीं देखता। परंतु आज के आयकर दिवस के इस अवसर पर हम उन अफसरों का सम्मान करेंगे जिन्होंने पिछले 20 वर्षों से अधिक के करियर में अपने समर्पण से इस विभाग को तराशा है और उसे इस मुकाम तक पहुंचाया है। We now honor the outstanding contributions to the department of several individuals over a career spanning more than 20 years. The Certificate of Meritorious Service is first being awarded to Chief Commissioner of Income Tax, Shri Anurag Sahai. He is being honored for his outstanding contributions to administrative and infrastructure reforms, including development and establishment of CPC Bengaluru. As CVO of Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, he strengthened preventive vigilance, while in international taxation, he executed India's first equalization levy survey. He modernized exemption processes, chaired key committees, and represented India internationally in anti-corruption and tax forums. Next, Chief Commissioner of Income Tax, Srimati Surbhi Ahluwalia. During her 3-decade career, Srimati Ahluwalia has shown exceptional leadership across field operations, policy reform, handling complex litigation, enhancing taxpayer outreach, and official language cadre reforms. As the longest-serving media coordinator of CBDT, she led the department's foray into the structured use of social media for taxpayer engagement and grievance redressal. By instituting the department's official Twitter handle, now with lakhs of followers, and incorporating feedback, she transformed how the department listens in response to taxpayers, improving transparency and public trust. Next, DGIT investigation, Shri Manoj Pandey. He has held various roles across the Income Tax Department, the UPSC, Department of Expenditure, and the Competition Commission of India. He helped establish the Income Tax Office in Gandhinagar within 2 months of his posting just after training. He also conducted highly successful search and seizure operations, has contributed significantly to investigation of antitrust cases, successfully concluded high-profile APA agreements, and worked on amendments to various acts. Next, Principal Commissioner of Income Tax, Srimati C. Tripura Sundari. Srimati Tripura Sundari facilitated the setup of special courts under the Black Money Act, while pioneering taxpayer service innovations in TDS, including Tamil language resources and India's first AI-powered TDS chatbot. A passionate trainer, she trained the 62nd batch of IRS and tax officers from Sri Lanka and Bangladesh. Next, Principal Commissioner of Income Tax, Srimati Vandana Ramachandran. Srimati Ramachandran is widely recognized as an international tax transparency expert, having chaired key OECD groups. She was an expert assessor in the 11-member AEOI assessment panel formed by OECD Global Forum, where she reviewed reports of around 100 countries. She is also the chair of the OECD Automatic Exchange Group. Tax treaty negotiations, international cooperation, and project management are her areas of forte. Next, Principal Commissioner of Income Tax, Shri Sandeep Raj. He is being felicitated for conceptualizing and executing large-scale investigations and search operations, detecting over rupees 2,000 crore of undisclosed income. He has trained officers in complex areas such as tackling bogus capital gains, used digital tools to drive taxpayer service enhancements in Mumbai, and pioneered anti-bribery and transparency initiatives as CVO at CMPDIL. Principal Commissioner of Income Tax, Shri Shashi Bhushan Shukla. As Commissioner Investigation, he has set up the Data Analytics Cell in CBDT to carry out research and analysis of data to detect tax evasion pattern at a pan-India level. Under his leadership, the Investigation Division initiated many risk-based and targeted nudge campaigns after detailed data analysis. His other initiatives have resulted in detection of 28,000 crores of undisclosed capital gains in IPOs, and further huge claims of bogus deductions have also been identified. Next, Commissioner of Income Tax, Shri Ashim Kumar Modi. Leveraging his civil engineering expertise, Shri Modi enhanced contractor assessments and trained officers in investigative techniques. He played a key role in major operations, including HSBC and demonetization cases, collaborating with agencies such as the ED and CBI. As CIT Systems, he spearheaded the ITBA e-governance initiative and prepared the foundations for ITBA 2.0. Next, Commissioner of Income Tax, Shri Sandeep Kumar Salunkhe. He has transformed the lives of about 8,000 farmers through the concept of root, return to origin and organized transformation by rejuvenating rivers, ponds and streams, restoring ecology by large-scale forestation. In the department, he proposed systemic ways of countering the parallel flow of money, ways for better compliance, and detect identification methods. Next, Joint Commissioner of Income Tax, Shri C. Dharaninath VS. The officer has earned commendations for contributions in searches and assessments and has delivered high-impact results through grievance redressal, high-value surveys, and fraud detection in salaried cases. At CPC ITR, he played a crucial role in transitioning to CPC 2.0 and improving return processing and speedy issue of refunds. And finally, Deputy Commissioner of Income Tax, Shri K. Krishnakant. Shri Krishnakant is a recognized trainer and expert in digital forensics, which has been instrumental in cracking complex cases, earning him numerous accolades from investigation wings across South India. He has also spread knowledge wide and far by authoring 3 books for the benefit of department officers.
Moving on to the third category of awards, the CBDT Certificate of Excellence. The CBDT Certificate of Excellence are conferred upon officers and officials, irrespective of rank, who have demonstrated exceptional commitment, made significant contributions, and shown outstanding devotion to duty in the field of direct tax administration in the past financial year. I would now like to call upon stage Shri Sagar Srivastav, JCIT Bhopal. The officer is being awarded for his exceptional leadership for the Benami Prohibition Unit, taking it to the #1 position in India. He has passionately intervened in complex legal proceedings under the Benami Act and also played a key role in construction of the new Aikar Bhawan, Bhopal, apart from being a master trainer. Now I would like to call upon stage Shri Abhishek J. Jain, Deputy Director, Income Tax, Delhi. The officer has been instrumental in transforming the department's training ecosystem through initiatives like the e-governance training portal, ATMS, and the National Repository of Research Reports aligned with Mission Karma Yogi. He played a key role in CBDT, being recognized as a top performer during CBC's National Learning Week for exceptional IGOT learning participation. Ms. Abhishri, Deputy Director, Srinagar. The officer conducted the Dubai investment search operation in Jammu and Kashmir in December 2024, wherein staggering investments made by Indians in Dubai were unearthed. She also undertook an intensive inquiry into the systemic non-compliance by the Jammu and Kashmir Bank with identification of over 1.5 lakh non-PAN accounts having large credits. Shri Kamal Singh Rana, DDIT, Delhi. He is being felicitated for his excellent contribution in the field of international and domestic data exchange, which involved the technical automation, the process related to CRS and CBCR data exchange. He has also contributed significantly in confidentiality and data safeguard assessment of India. Now I would like to call upon stage Shri Amol Kadu, ITO Mumbai, who has contributed in UDAN induction course, digital tools in training, gamification and AI-based learning aids. He also enables inclusive training for differently abled employees and co-authored a major syllabus revision. Next, we have Shri Anand Tiwari, Income Tax Inspector, Bhubaneswar. He was part of the team that unearthed the scam of acquiring tribal lands by non-tribal businessmen, which had resulted in attachment of 22 acres of tribal lands. Next, we have Shri Sai Krishna ST, Office Superintendent, Chennai, who has worked towards inclusivity by finding accessible ways for the visually challenged to work in office web applications with the help of screen readers. He is one of the top-ranked visually challenged chess players of India in the FIDE rating. I would like to call upon stage Ms. Madhusmita Maharana, Tax Assistant, Bhubaneswar, who is being awarded for her exceptional efforts in passing a record number of 101 provisional attachment orders under the Benami Act in Odisha. She was also instrumental in identifying mining scandals, which led to attachment of multiple plots and flats. Shri Bimal Kumar Burman, MTS, Kolkata. After serving over 17 years in Indian Army, Shri Burman as a departmental employee has undertaken several key administrative duties. He has also successfully completed 150 courses on the iGot platform, accumulating approximately 290 hours of learning. Now I call upon the teams. We are delighted to felicitate the team behind the Nudge campaign, a landmark initiative to boost voluntary compliance on foreign assets and income. Mr. Sitesh Verma, JCIT CBDT Delhi, Harshit Bansal, Joint Commissioner Income Tax Karnal, and Avnish Giri, Income Tax Inspector CBDT Delhi. Through a smart, non-intrusive nudge campaign using data-driven outreach, the team encouraged over 30,000 taxpayers to voluntarily declare foreign assets and foreign income over 1,089 crore, a feat which was also recognized by the Honorable Finance Minister in Parliament. Now I would like to call the team HRD, Mr. Rajesh Chandra, the then ADG HRD Delhi, Mr. Gaurav Sharma, Additional DIT HRD, Mr. Prem Prakash Mehra ITO, and Mr. Ujjwal Seth, Tax Assistant. The Sparrow team successfully onboarded all Group B and Group C employees on Sparrow portal, increasing user base from 11,000 to almost 44,000, contributing to Mission Digital India, streamlining cadre management for Group B and Group C employees, and also leading to significant paper savings and an eco-friendly work environment. And last but not the least, I would like to call the team of Media and TP with strategic plan Mr. Siddharth Kumar DCIT, Mr. Pankaj Kumar Pruthi, Mr. Mohinder Arora and Shri Raghuram Kondeti with strategic planning and coordination across 18 regional handles. The team delivered over 298 impactful posts garnering more than 20 million impressions and 1.9 lakh engagements. They deployed the innovative Pulse Pause strategy to counter misinformation and enhance public trust and transparency.
धन्यवाद। और अब बारी है एक बेहद अनूठी पहल की। आयकर विभाग ने माईगॉव पोर्टल के माध्यम से एक शुभंकर यानी कि एक मैस्कॉट डिजाइन कंपटीशन आयोजित किया, जिसका उद्देश्य नागरिकों को कर दायित्वों के प्रति जागरूक करना और उन्हें इस अभियान का सक्रिय भागीदार बनाना था। इस मुहिम को आम जनता ने खूब सराहा। विभाग को 364 शुभंकर डिजाइन्स प्राप्त हुए, जो न केवल अत्यंत रचनात्मक थे, बल्कि कर संबंधी जिम्मेदारियों के प्रति गहरी संवेदना और समझ को भी दर्शाते हैं। इतने सारे उत्कृष्ट प्रस्तुतियों में से सर्वश्रेष्ठ प्रविष्टियों को छांटना कठिन था, लेकिन इनमें से 3 शॉर्टलिस्ट हुए। उनके रचयिता के नाम कुछ इस प्रकार हैं। इन 3 प्रविष्टियों में से भी जिसे सबसे उत्तम चुना गया, उसे विभाग ने अपने विजन और इथॉस के हिसाब से संशोधित करके अपने आउटरीच और जागरूकता अभियानों में सक्रिय रूप से उपयोग करने का निर्णय लिया है। मैं अब अनुरोध करूंगा माननीय वित्त मंत्री से कि वह बटन दबाकर आयकर विभाग के नए शुभंकर, उसके नए मास्कॉट का अनावरण करने की कृपा करें।
The mascot Madhukar is a thoughtful blend of Madhu and Kar, symbolizing the essential role of taxation in building and sustaining the nation, just as honey sustains the hive. The bee, a symbol of industriousness, community precision, and represents the ideals of the income tax department. Bees also embody the values of efficient and effective administration, since they work systematically, collaboratively, and with purpose, reflecting the department's vision, mission, and ethos. Thank you, Madam. Moving on to the next segment. Now, it is my privilege to request the Revenue Secretary, Shri Arvind Srivastava ji, to kindly address the distinguished gathering.
Honorable Finance Minister, Honorable Minister of State of Finance, Chairman and members of Central Board of Direct Taxes, Chairman CBIC, dignitaries, dear colleagues, and esteemed guests. It's my privilege to join you on this important occasion of Income Tax Day 2025. It is not just a ceremonial event, it is a moment to take stock of where we stand, how far we have come, and where we are headed. And now that we are on the verge of enacting the new Income Tax Act, it makes this day even more unique. In the past decade, Income Tax Department has undergone transformation that is deep and deliberate. At the heart of this change is an important, powerful goal: to build a system that is simple and predictable in its structure, that respects and trusts honest taxpayer, and that uses technology for creating accessible, efficient, and effective tax compliance and tax collection systems. From the taxpayer charter to early processing of returns and proactive grievance redressal, we have moved from being a rule-bound authority to a performance-driven public service institution. Let me share a few highlights that capture this shift. More than 9 crore returns were filed last year, double the number a decade ago. Average return processing time has dropped to 10 days, with nearly a quarter processed within 24 hours. 97% of eligible refunds are credited within 3 days of issuance. And through e-Nivaran, over 98% of taxpayers' grievances were resolved, with average response time reduced to just 8 days. These are not just the numbers, they reflect systemic maturity, institutional reliability, something every citizen deserves from their tax administration. What is also worth noting is that these improvements are not cosmetic. They have come out of serious structural changes. Risk-based case selection using analytics is helping to focus enforcement and reduce unnecessary burden on taxpayers elsewhere. The income tax bill, which will result in a cleaner, simpler, more comprehensible tax code, drafted entirely by the departmental officers who were in this function felicitated too. And our trust-first approach, backed by behavioral nudges and voluntary compliance tools, is slowly and surely reshaping the relationship between the taxpayer and the tax collector. This kind of transformation does not happen through one initiative, but through many happening together, consistently, slowly but steadily. At the same time, this is not time for complacency. As the economy grows forward, the expectations only rise. So our focus for the future needs to be clear. There needs to be a better segmentation of taxpayer, a more personalized service approach, and reducing friction, either on account of compliance or on account of interface with the department. Faster and smarter grievance handling tools, using latest technologies to cut the response time, stronger systems for verification, matching, and nudge-based enforcement to make compliance voluntary and to make non-compliance harder. Fundamental changes which have happened and are happening, for example, in our very approach of interfacing with the taxpayers through faceless systems, bringing an easy-to-understand and interpret Income Tax Act, make it imperative for us to re-envision administration and governance system of the tax department. The effort required in fulfilling the objectives of these momentous changes has to go beyond just retrofitting. Reimagining a future-ready income tax department will require us to scrutinize our existing systems with an open mind. The critical eye that is needed will have to draw from experiences and learnings of the past, but at the same time, need not be bogged down by the burden of the legacy. This needs our people, officers, staff, and support teams, trained and supported. It needs that as our systems evolve, the people who run them also evolve simultaneously. Because ultimately, irrespective of the policies and the laws, it is the judgment, discipline, and the public spirit of the officers who will ultimately implement it that will give meaning to everything that we design. A future-ready income tax department will involve the department to develop necessary skill sets, capacities, and organizational structure that befits our vision for the future. In the years to come, department's role will become more central in not just collecting revenue, but also in enabling more formalization of the economy, fostering trust in the government, and enabling growth. This is what makes the Income Tax Day of today special, not because of what we have achieved so far, but the vision of public service which is coming out in various initiatives that have been taken and that are supposed to be taken in the days to come. I congratulate every member of the department, from those who make policies to those who implement them, from those in the field to those who run the systems, to support them for the work that they do every day. I hope that we will all continue together on this path with a purpose and with an element of pride. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your enlightening address. अब मैं आज के कार्यक्रम के विशिष्ट अतिथि माननीय वित्त राज्य मंत्री श्री पंकज चौधरी जी से विनम्र निवेदन करूंगा कि वे आयकर विभाग के अधिकारियों एवं कर्मचारियों का उत्साहवर्धन करें।
माननीय वित्त एवं कॉर्पोरेट कार्य मंत्री आदरणीय श्रीमती निर्मला सीतारमण जी, रेवेन्यू सेक्रेटरी श्री अरविंद श्रीवास्तव जी, चेयरमैन CBDT श्री रवि अग्रवाल जी, मेंबर CBDT श्री पंकज मिश्रा जी, आयकर के सभी अधिकारी एवं कर्मचारीगण, उपस्थित सभी सम्मानित अतिथिगण, सबको मेरा नमस्कार। आयकर दिवस 2025 के इस शुभ अवसर पर आप सभी को मेरी हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं। आयकर दिवस केवल किसी एक संस्था का नहीं, बल्कि राष्ट्र निर्माण की उत्कृष्ट भावना का भी उत्सव मनाने का अवसर है। आज के ही दिन 1860 में भारत में आयकर कानून की शुरुआत हुई थी और तब से प्रत्येक वर्ष मनाए जाने वाला आयकर दिवस हमारे देश के वित्तीय इतिहास में मील का पत्थर है। यह दिन प्रत्येक ईमानदार करदाता एवं आयकर विभाग दोनों के ही योगदान और इनकी भूमिकाओं को स्वीकार करने का दिन है, जो मिलकर हमारे देश के वित्तीय नींव को मजबूत करते हैं। प्रत्यक्ष कर हमारी अर्थव्यवस्था की लाइफ लाइन है। यह राजस्व में योगदान करता है, जिससे हमारे भौतिक और सामाजिक ढांचे का निर्माण होता है। इससे हमारे रक्षा तंत्र को मजबूती मिलती है और देश की तमाम कल्याणकारी योजनाओं को आवश्यक संसाधन मिलते हैं। प्रत्यक्ष कर आर्थिक विकास, राजस्व संग्रह और निवेश तीनों की दृष्टि से देश की अर्थव्यवस्था के लिए महत्वपूर्ण है। हमारे देश में आयकर विभाग के प्रयासों द्वारा लगातार बढ़ता टैक्स कलेक्शन देश की आर्थिक मजबूती का प्रमाण है। आज भारत विश्व की सबसे तेजी से बढ़ने वाली अर्थव्यवस्थाओं में से एक है। राजस्व ही किसी राष्ट्र की रीढ़ होता है। इसलिए अंततः करदाता ही भारत को दृढ़तापूर्वक खड़ा होने और विकास के लक्ष्यों की ओर आत्मविश्वास से आगे बढ़ने में सक्षम बनाता है। करदाताओं द्वारा दिया गया कर, चाहे वो ज़्यादा हो या कम हो, देश के वर्तमान ढांचे का आधार है और विकसित भारत की नींव है। हमारी सरकार को विरासत में एक ऐसी कर प्रणाली मिली थी जो अनिश्चितता, जटिलता और बोझिल प्रक्रियाओं से भरी थी। हमारा प्रयास रहा है कि इस परिदृश्य को बदल दिया जाए। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में भारत सरकार की 2014 से ही स्पष्ट पॉलिसी रही है कि नियम कानून स्पष्ट, ट्रांसपेरेंट एवं स्थिर होने चाहिए। साथ में सरकार की पॉलिसी इनेबलर का काम करे, ना कि बाधा बने। व्यापार हो, व्यवसाय हो, चाहे कोई भी आर्थिक गतिविधि हो, मोदी सरकार का लक्ष्य स्पष्ट रहा है कि सरकारी नीतियां नागरिकों को फैसिलिटेट करें। एक सुस्पष्ट दर्शन के दिशा निर्देशन में हमारी सरकार ने एक ऐसी कर नीति बनाने का प्रयास किया है जो सरल, सुनिश्चित और अनुपालन में आसान हो। पिछले एक दशक में हमारी सरकार ने इन उद्देश्यों के प्राप्ति के लिए दूरगामी प्रयास किए हैं। इन सुधारों के तहत मूलभूत नियमों के अलावा सरकार ने इस बात पर भी समान ध्यान दिया है कि इन्हें अमल में कैसे लाया जाए। स्थिरता और निश्चितता सुनिश्चित करने के लिए इन परिवर्तनों को बगैर किसी रुकावट के लागू करने पर ध्यान केंद्रित किया जा गया है। ये यात्रा सरलीकरण और तार्किक बनने की रही है। इसका प्रमुख उदाहरण व्यक्तिगत आयकर के प्रति मोदी सरकार हाल का दृष्टिकोण है। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के नेतृत्व में और माननीय वित्त मंत्री जी की देखरेख में नई कर नीति के तहत कई महत्वपूर्ण बदलाव किए गए हैं। इससे करदाताओं को आयकर में राहत मिलेगा, देश के उद्योगों को भी लाभ मिलेगा और नए निवेशों और रोजगार की संभावना भी बढ़ेगी। कर स्लैब में संशोधन और उससे भी अधिक महत्वपूर्ण पिछले बजट में 12 लाख रुपए तक की आय वालों को पूरी तरह से छूट प्रदान करना, 12 लाख तक की छूट से देश में 1 करोड़ से ज़्यादा लोगों को लाभ मिलेगा। मध्यम वर्ग अब अपनी आय का पहले से अधिक हिस्से को बचा पाएगा, जिसे वह नई तरह से निवेश पर खर्च कर पाएगा, जिससे देश का विकास पर सकारात्मक प्रभाव पड़ेगा। ये कदम हमारे मेहनती मध्यम वर्ग के लिए बड़ी राहत है। इस ऐतिहासिक निर्णय से लाखों लोगों के हाथों में अब अधिक खर्च करने योग्य आय आएगी। छोटे व्यवसायों और प्रोफेशन के लोग जो हमारे विकास के इंजन हैं, उनके लिए हमने अनुमानित कराधान की सीमा बढ़ाकर 3 करोड़ कर दी है। इस कदम से बड़ी संख्या में एमएसएमई के अनुपालन का बोझ कम हुआ है। इससे अब वह अपने व्यवसायों पर ध्यान केंद्रित कर पाएंगे। प्रक्रिया के स्तर पर भी समान रूप से दूरगामी सुधार किए गए हैं। करदाता सेवाओं के बेहतर बनाने के लिए तकनीकों का उपयोग किया गया है। अब उनके ऊपर दबाव बनाने की जगह विभाग का उन्हें सुविधा प्रदान किए जाने पर ज़्यादा जोर है। करदाता अब केवल करदाता नहीं बल्कि हमारे पार्टनर हैं। अब उन्हें स्पष्ट डाटा के माध्यम से सुविधा प्रदान की जा रही है। इसी कड़ी में विभाग ने प्री फील्ड डाटा के माध्यम से रिटर्न्स के सरलीकरण में एक नया आयाम जोड़ा है। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के विजन के अनुरूप आयकर विभाग ने डिजिटल पारदर्शिता और करदाताओं के सुविधा के लिए वन नेशन वन पोर्टल की शुरुआत की है। अब आयकर से संबंधित सभी प्रकार की सेवाएं, आईटीआर दाखिल करना हो, पैन कार्ड सेवाएं, टीडीएस विवरण और नोटिस का उत्तर देना एक ही पोर्टल पर उपलब्ध है। विभाग के इस कदम से कर प्रक्रिया अधिक सहज, स्पष्ट और पारदर्शी बनी है। सरल और सुनिश्चित कर नीति की मजबूत नींव रखने के बाद हमारी सरकार का अगला तार्किक कदम ऐतिहासिक आयकर विधेयक 2025 है, जो कि वर्तमान में संसद के समक्ष पेश है। ये विधेयक सरकार के स्पष्ट दिशा निर्देशों, आयकर विभाग के सामूहिक प्रयासों का परिणाम है। आयकर विधेयक 2025 आयकर कानून को सरल, स्पष्ट और नागरिकों के लिए समझने योग्य बनाने में एक बड़ा कदम है। केवल इतना ही नहीं बल्कि आयकर विभाग ने कानून के मसौदों में तकनीकी जटिलताओं को हटाते हुए भाषा को भी सरल बनाने की ऐतिहासिक पहल की है। इसका उद्देश्य आयकर कानून की भाषा और उसकी संरचना को सरल बनाना है, ताकि एक ऐसी संहिता बनाई जा सके जो केवल विशेषज्ञों द्वारा न समझी जाए बल्कि आम नागरिकों के लिए भी सुलभ हो। सुव्यवस्थित कर प्रशासन और कर अनुपालन के लिए इस विधेयक का उद्देश्य कानूनी विवादों को कम करना और बेहतर निवारण प्रणाली प्रदान करना है। आयकर विभाग ने सरकार के विजन को आत्मसात किया है। विभाग ने विश्वास, पारदर्शिता और करदाता सेवा को अपनी कार्य प्रणाली के केंद्र में रखते हुए स्वयं को करदाता केंद्रित संगठन के रूप में सफलतापूर्वक परिवर्तित किया है। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के ने 2047 तक भारत को विकसित राष्ट्र बनाने का लक्ष्य रखा है। विकसित राष्ट्र बनाने का भाव ये होगा कि हमें सभी क्षेत्रों में विश्व में अग्रणी बनना होगा। भारत सरकार द्वारा ऐसी तमाम योजनाएं चला जा रही हैं जिनके माध्यम से सबका साथ सबका विकास का नारा सार्थक किया जा रहा है और ये सब संभव हो पा रहा है आप सबके द्वारा एकत्र किए गए राजस्व से। आपके कार्यों का सीधा प्रभाव भारत की आर्थिक प्रगति, सामाजिक समानता और नागरिकों द्वारा शासन में रखे गए विश्वास पर होगा। कर प्रणाली को इनेबलर के रूप में प्रयोग करना होगा, न कि एक बाधा के रूप में। इसलिए हमें आने वाले समय के लिए भी प्रोग्रेसिव कर प्रणाली अभी से तैयार करनी होगी। आने वाले समय में आपकी चुनौतियां भी बढ़ेंगी। उन चुनौतियों को एंटिसिपेट करके आप अभी से समाधान की संभावना खोजनी होगी। आयकर दिवस का यह दिन हमें करदाता और टैक्समैन के बीच साझेदारी को मजबूत करने के लिए खुद को पुनः प्रतिबद्ध करने का अवसर प्रदान करता है। एक ऐसी साझेदारी जो एक समृद्ध भारत के लिए आपसी विश्वास और साझे दृष्टिकोण का आधारित हो। करदाता अपनी आय के अनुसार कर का भुगतान करके देश के विकास में योगदान करते हैं और आयकर विभाग करदाता के इस योगदान को अपनी दूरदर्शी नीति के माध्यम से संभव बनाता है। ये समझना आवश्यक है कि कर भुगतान केवल एक कानूनी बाध्यता नहीं बल्कि एक नैतिक कर्तव्य भी है। ये हमारी सामूहिक जिम्मेदारी है कि हम अपने समाज और आने वाले पीढ़ियों के लिए एक मजबूत और समृद्ध भारत का निर्माण करें। जब हम ईमानदारी से अपने करों का भुगतान करते हैं तो हम वास्तव में राष्ट्र निर्माण में सीधे तौर पर भाग लेते हैं। मैं एक बार फिर से आयकर विभाग के प्रत्येक सदस्य को आज के विशेष दिन अपनी हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं देता हूं। मेरी यही कामना है कि आप नई ऊर्जा, लगन और जन सेवा की भावना के साथ अपना उत्कृष्ट कार्य जारी रखें। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
Thank you, sir, for your motivating words. Now I invite Member Administration Central Board of Direct Taxes, Shri Pankaj Kumar Mishra ji, to administer the pledge. A pledge is a reaffirmation of our commitment to integrity, transparency, and dedicated service to the nation. I also request everyone to kindly rise for the pledge ceremony.
कोष मूलोदंड, the cornerstone of an economically stable state, necessitates a fair and efficient tax administration which encourages voluntary compliance. I am conscious that I have a crucial role to play in ensuring a just and impartial direct tax administration in the country. I, therefore, solemnly pledge to serve with professionalism and integrity, upholding the values and vision of the Income Tax Department, to remain responsive and responsible in all my actions, ensuring fairness in enforcement and accountability in discharge of services, to continuously upgrade my knowledge and skills, keeping pace with evolving laws and economic trends, to act with due diligence, taking decisions based on facts, law and data, in accordance with the principles of law and equity, to demonstrate empathy in my conduct and treating every individual with respect, patience, and understanding to maximize delivery of services that are non-intrusive and technology-enabled, making compliance easier and more accessible. In doing so, I commit myself to the prudent approach, being professional, responsive, upgrading knowledge and skills, diligent, empathetic, non-intrusive, and technology-driven as a guiding principle in all that I do. I reaffirm my commitment to building a tax administration that is efficient, equitable, and one that strengthens India's path to prosperity. Jai Hind.
धन्यवाद सर। पहले से कहीं अधिक सशक्त भूमिका में वित्त और अर्थशास्त्र की दुनिया ही सामाजिक परिवर्तनों की कुंजी है। यह हम सभी के लिए, पर विशेष रूप से वंचितों के लिए अधिक समृद्धि, न्याय और सम्मान का वाहक है। और इस कारण से आज हम सभी जो यहाँ मौजूद हैं, हमारे लिए माननीय वित्त मंत्री के उद्बोधन को सुन पाना एक गौरव का क्षण है। एक ऐसी वित्त मंत्री जो देशवासियों के लिए न्याय और सम्मान के साथ विकास, ग्रोथ विथ डिग्निटी एंड जस्टिस फॉर ऑल के विजन को साकार करने के लिए प्रतिबद्ध है। मैं अब आग्रह करूंगा आदरणीय वित्त मंत्री मैडम से कि वह हमें अपने शुभ वचनों से लाभान्वित करें।
My colleague Pankaj Chaudhary ji, Revenue Secretary, Chairman of the CBDT, members, former members of the CBDT, CBIC, all officers, invited guests, media. It's just a wonderful day, 166th Aikar Divas, Income Tax Day. As to where it has started from, how it was marked in the year 1860 has all been explained by all the earlier speakers. I'm extremely happy to be here, particularly after we have so well appreciated by giving a certificate of recognition for excellent service rendered during their entire career to very many members who are present here, and in particular to that team which in a very short period of time drafted the new income tax bill. My special thanks to the team. We did announce it in the budget, but even as we announced it in the budget, we said in this year we will bring it. So it was a well understood statement of fact, but the CBDT honestly took it up, formed a team of very experienced senior officials, had also young blood in it, and drafted it absolutely efficiently in time. And I wouldn't be amiss that informally, I wouldn't be amiss in saying this publicly, informally, several members of the select committee have given their word of appreciation for the quality of work done. The select committee's report is already in the in the parliament, so it is out for everybody to see. But it is also very clearly something in which extensive consultation has happened. Inputs from so many different concerned groups have been taken. And the committee itself ran in such a spirit of camaraderie that on an issue like this, everyone did their best to get their suggestions passed, and the department is working on those suggestions. But for once I heard from members informally, even on the first day as we walked into Parliament, what an excellent work. And the select committee itself spent a lot of productive time, in fact, extensive consultation. So as much as you've spent time, I heard it as 60,000 man hours or something. Amazing. Can you just conceptualize that, 60,000 man hours in drafting the new income tax bill? But that's the idea. Since 1961, it's not been touched. Layers and layers have got added onto it. A comprehensive, from the beginning to end, review hadn't happened. So that work being taken up required that many number of hours, no doubt. But I appreciate the team once again for having given their very best, reduced the number of words, simplified the language, made sure it is not subject to too many interpretations, and ensured that there are clear sections, and it's not necessary that if you're looking at one aspect, you have to co-read some other chapter, reference the earlier chapters. None of those complications anymore, and I hope that the Parliament actually looks at the good work done. We will welcome the suggestions by honorable members, and I expect with enough number of engagement and also discussion and debate in the House for this bill, in which you have put in so much hard work, passes through the Parliament's scrutiny and gets declared to be in the 166th year of Income Tax Day, first ever comprehensive review of the Income Tax Act. I look forward to that day, and I'm sure it goes to the credit of this group of officers who've been here. In fact, I wanted to say that the number of changes, the number of annually, every year, changes, as wide as bringing the faceless, putting out a taxpayer's charter, committing and dedicating yourself to uphold the charter, and bringing in technology so that there is auto-filling for the taxpayer's convenience, allowing them to have corrections to be done, which means it is important that the taxpayer gets that convenience. You're allowing that to happen, and as a result, dealing with refunds in a timely manner. Revenue Secretary did mention about the time it took earlier and what it takes today. I will, of course, come to the point where I expect it to be even more efficient, even better. But till now, so allowing for that, quicker refunds, that's been the talk that I hear wherever I go in this country, saying, hey, refunds are happening sooner. Vivad se Vishwas, and also cleaning out cases on taxpayers with a certain level of income, clearing that out, saying, all right, we are just forgetting all the cases which were there before. Using technology to plug loopholes so that where genuinely you had to collect tax is not getting evaded. You brought in technology to make sure that you're able to capture those gaps and go after them to get the dues. And of course, the new income tax bill. all in the last 5-6 years. Amazing adaptation. Amazing readiness to change. I remember the year in which faceless was brought in 2020. There were so many apprehensions up in the air, not with you all, outside. I've heard several people tell me, no, you know, the income tax is quite used to their personal way of dealing with it. The officers themselves may not be able to accept what you're bringing in. So good luck, you're bringing it in, but I'm sure you're going to have huge internal resistance. But even from 21, 22, I've been telling people, where's the resistance? Tell me, please. Yes, there have been difficulties in adapting to that kind of a technology. But with all this, the entire list that I read out, it is the income tax officers who have adapted to this and many more changes and provided the best of service for taxpayers. So congratulations. Congratulations in the year when we are marking 166th day of income tax. You have done in the last 5 to 6 years so many reformative measures and adapted to them, extended the services to the taxpayer. And therefore, I think the objective of broadening the tax base, lowering the rates, promoting a non-adversarial and taxpayer-centric ecosystem does not hinge on one or two pillars, so many different pillars, all of which build this structure which gives confidence to the taxpayer, makes your job, because of technology, a little bit less monotonous, and serves the country with the revenue that has to be generated, so critical for the stage at which India's development is. And therefore, I think this 166th year is a year in which you can stand up and say that remarkable work is happening. There can always be room for improvement. There can always be room for being more empathetic to the taxpayer, and so on. But there's nothing that we should sit back and say, oh my God, everybody seems to think tax, is tax officer meaning a sense of worry and anxiety and fear. No, you're doing it now with a greater sense of professionalism, bringing in technology and earning the confidence of the taxpayer. So today is a day when all of us can keep our heads high that you're doing the service for the nation, and that is a very critical service. So I appreciate and applaud you for that. Whilst I'm tempted to read out the data for the sake of the media about what is being collected, how much is being given, automation and refund process, how many people have got within a certain number of days their due refunds and so on. I think much has been said on that. I will not take your time. It's already about 8 o'clock, is it? 8. But today is a day when I think we should, among ourselves, understand where we have to take this whole mission forward. As much as I wanted to talk about the refunds and about also the cases and the litigation management that you're each year improving and so on, I will leave all that for a bit later. One thing which I'm keen on and on which I'm pressing ahead with the board is to make sure that the support that we give for the officers and the staff in terms of better working spaces, offices, residential accommodation, so that they don't need to commute in particularly difficult situations. Rainy days are showing. It is just not possible for officers to do all these difficult commuting and reach the office to be fresh enough to start working for the day. So I would emphasize that the CBDT and the Department of Revenue, along with Revenue Secretary, prioritize on quickly having the family accommodation, better office spaces, move into better accommodation. I'm with you all on that, but it should happen with a clear calendar before us. We can't just say we took it up, but there was a little litigation, we are trying to do this. And within the department also, there has to be an enhancement of infrastructure, enhancement of taking stock of old gadgets. So I would honestly ask the board and the department to take a complete list of inventory and tell me where we need to ramp up, bring in better equipments, better instruments, better office area, and do the prioritizing for yourself, but bring it before me so that we move together fast, and this cannot be waiting for another 5-6 years. So that is a message which I want to strongly give you. I get on to the harder sides of expectations from my side. So it's a message to the department, which I hope the department takes it in its stride and also plans for further days ahead. Whilst the achievements, as I recalled, of the last decade are laudable, perception amongst the public will understandably be impacted more by the problems people might still face than by the progress made in the past decade. We cannot wish it away. So we need to keep that in front of us and see what we want to do. And I would strongly recommend every officer of the CBDT and the DOR to go back to June 2025 when we held the Principal Chief Commissioners meet. There was absolutely open, good discussion before I entered the place, during my time in the conclave, and post that as well. Just one or two things which I need to highlight. I had emphasized the need to consolidate reforms and focus on key operational priorities. I would want the CBDT and DOR to have a look at it. And I urge the department to continue focused work on the areas identified during the review in June 2025. I would recall 5 of them, which I would think is important for all of us to re-look, not because things have changed from then to now, June 2025 to now, but refresh ourselves that these were things which all of us spoke together with. Accelerate disposal of disputed tax demands is the first one. Pending before the faceless appellate authorities and ensure timely resolution of litigation backlog. That's the first thing I would recall from June 2025. And we took a pledge. I think the pledge will have to transfer itself for something, towards something. Pledge will have to be acted upon. Here are the 5 things on which we need to act upon. The first one, as I said, is accelerate disposal of disputed tax demands pending before the faceless appellate authorities and ensure timely resolution of litigation backlog. The second, identify and withdraw departmental appeals. Identify and withdraw departmental appeals falling below the revised monetary threshold announced during the Union Budget 2024-25 within the next 3 months. Budget 24-25 announced it. I would want you to clear it all within the next 3 months. This was also discussed in June 25. Ensure timely, this is the third, ensure timely processing of tax refunds and proactive and timely resolution of taxpayer grievance. This is the third one which I recall from June 25, the meet that we had of Principal Chief Commissioners of Income Tax. The fourth, analyze the grievances and devise strategies, not only to resolve the existing pendency, but also to address the challenges that are causing the grievances in the first place, so that we don't repeat such situational problems that these things keep recurring. If you analyze and understand why it occurred in the first place, I would presume, being responsible adults, we wouldn't create that situation again. So do analyze the grievances and devise strategies to resolve them. That's the fourth. And the fifth and the last, undertake region-wise performance reviews to help identify factors hindering performance and streamline operations through indicators such as grievance disposal, orders giving effect, issuance. I remember this OGE issuance. There was an elaborate discussion in June. After all the decisions are taken, the delay in OGE issuance is just not explainable. But we have a category. Would you believe it? You have a category of OGE issuance delay. Why pray? The decisions are all done. You just have to issue the OGE. Unpardonable for a group or the CBDT which is able to reduce 5 lakh words of the 1961 Act within a matter of 3 months to give me a draft bill which is half the size of that earlier 1961 Act. Imagine reducing a legal document, a statutory document, which has 5 lakh words, and you bring it down with every legality upheld to 2.5 words. Well, miraculous work for bureaucracy. You're able to do that, but you can't issue OGEs. Well, what's going on? I'm a layperson. I'm not an income tax or a revenue or service officer. I've seen you do the spectacular work in reducing the number of words in 1961 Income Tax Act to half its size. But you're not able to issue OGEs in time? Just unbelievable. Set yourself some kind of a record, set yourself some kind of a protocol. Just don't delay on the issuing of OGE. Rectification and completion and processing of condonation cases under Section 119, discussed in detail in June. So the CBDT must focus on strengthening the department's overall technological capabilities to ensure more effective management of systems and IT-related issues. This is absolutely important for ensuring seamless taxpayer experience, improving service delivery, and minimizing on technical disruptions. So ensuring timely rollouts and consistent service quality is absolutely essential. Even well-intentioned reforms risk eroding taxpayers' trust and undermining the credibility of the broader reform agenda if we don't apply our minds to what we have committed to ourselves. and that is the 5 points that I've said as a result or as an outcome from June. So I won't take too much of your time. I think action is what we all have to commit ourselves to. Good policies alone are not enough. What matters actually is timely execution. So Income Tax Day is the moment when we reaffirm the unsaid social contract between the state and the taxpayer. We really cannot afford to have that fray at the edges. We cannot afford that unsaid social contract between the state and the taxpayer to become loose, become diluted. I think all these years you've done your maximum best. Now is the time to raise the benchmark. It is you who have to. You've showed it in so many different ways. The extraordinary contribution of every one of them for whom certificate has been issued today. Some of you all have received certificates earlier. Your exemplary performance has been periodically recognized. And the nimbleness with which you have adapted to newer things, changes, is something which I have outright upfront mentioned. You're capable of being even better. Let's earn the trust of the taxpayers through our conduct. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
धन्यवाद मैडम, आपकी स्पष्ट दृष्टि, आपके ज्ञान और मार्गदर्शन के लिए और विशेष रूप से आपकी गहन संवेदनशीलता के लिए जो आपने विभाग के अधिकारियों और कर्मचारियों के प्रति व्यक्त की है। हम आपको विश्वास दिलाते हैं कि हम आपके आशाओं पर पूरी तरह से खरे उतरने का अथक प्रयास करेंगे और केवल सरकारी सेवक नहीं बल्कि समर्पित कर्तव्यनिष्ठ लोक सेवक बनने का प्रयास करेंगे। We will not function merely as government servants, but as committed, conscientious public servants. Thank you.
Now I request Additional Director General, Public Relations, Publications and Publicity, CBDT New Delhi, Srimati Ritu Singh Sharma, to give the formal vote of thanks.
Honorable Union Minister of Finance and Corporate Affairs, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman, Madam, respected Union Minister of State for Finance, Shri Pankaj Chaudhary, Sir, respected Shri Arvind Srivastava, Sir, Revenue Secretary, distinguished dignitaries, respected seniors, my colleagues, officers and officials of the Aikar Parivar, friends from the media, esteemed stakeholders, taxpayers, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Central Board of Direct Taxes and the Income Tax Department, it is my proud privilege to extend heartfelt gratitude to each one of you who has joined us today, both in person and virtually, to celebrate today's momentous occasion, the 166th Income Tax Day. My foremost and deepest thanks go to our chief guest, Honorable Union Minister of Finance and Corporate Affairs, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman, Madam, for gracing this occasion with her inspiring presence. Ma'am, your words have energized us and strengthened our resolve to serve our stakeholders with even greater dedication. Your appreciation of our collective efforts and the particular efforts of the architects of the new income tax bill truly means a lot to each one of us in the department. Ma'am, the achievements of last 5 years that were highlighted by you in your speech today are also the result of your continued support, trust, and guidance. The guiding principles which have been mentioned by you in today's speech, the focused 5 areas: disposal of appeals, withdrawal of pending appeals, speedy processing of refunds, identifying the causes of grievances, and devising strategy to tackle it, also focusing on the factors affecting performance, including OGEs. These 5 areas will be our focus areas and will lead us in our march in the new financial year, in the current financial year, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. I take this opportunity to express our gratitude towards Honorable Union Minister of State for Finance, Shri Pankaj Chaudhary, sir, for joining us today. Sir, your unwavering commitment and encouraging words provide strength and direction to all of us. Your visionary leadership has empowered us to strive for excellence and, as you mentioned, to become enablers in all our endeavors. Our sincere thanks are also due to Revenue Secretary, Shri Arvind Srivastav, sir, whose guidance and continued support anchor our efforts towards achieving the vision of the department. We are honored by the presence of chairmen and members of CBIC, our sister organization, and our collaborators in revenue collection. We value this camaraderie and look forward to deepening this cooperative spirit in the years ahead. Our special appreciation goes to former chairpersons, Shri Sushil Chandra sir, Shri PC Modi sir, and Shri Nitin Gupta sir, whose visionary leadership continues to inspire us. We remain grateful for their enduring legacy that motivates us and shapes our efforts. We are also thankful to other dignitaries who have spared their valuable time and graced this occasion. To our friends in the media, we thank you for your objective coverage and constructive feedback. You are instrumental in building public understanding and trust in our taxation system. All the officers who have traveled from all parts of the country to receive well-deserved recognition, we thank you for your enthusiasm and commitment. Your felicitation today will inspire many others to emulate your work ethics. A special note of appreciation to the choir group for the wonderful rendition of Saraswati Vandana today. Our deepest gratitude to Shri Satyaprakash Mishra, the young talented officer of our department, for the beautiful portrait made and presented by him to Honorable FM Madam today. Our thanks are also due to our esteemed stakeholders who have been an inalienable part of this journey. We request and solicit your continued support. I further extend our gratitude to the entire organizing team, the comparers for today, Shatrupa and Sagar, the organizing team from Principal CCIT Delhi, and Principal DG Administration and Taxpayer Services, who have worked tirelessly to organize this grand celebration and who left no stone unturned in its seamless execution. As we celebrate 166 years of income tax in India, let us all reaffirm our pledge to adopt prudent approach as a guiding principle in our work to achieve the collective vision of Viksit Bharat 2047. Jai Hind, thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. All are now requested to rise for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, dignitaries. We have now come to the end of this glorious evening. Thank you all for gracing this occasion with your presence.